This was really intense. Some very dramatic moments in the courtroom. For the first time, we really saw Ron Jabalee Jr. get kind of emotional. He said a prayer and then walked out a free man. After only about an hour of deliberations, the jury came back with a verdict. Ron Jabalee took a breath before his fate was announced.
People of the state of Michigan, plaintiff versus Ronald Frederick Jabalee. For count one regarding Christine Jabalee, we find the defendant not guilty. For count two regarding the Ronald Jabalee Sr., we find the defendant not guilty.
Elation and tears in the courtroom. And for the first time, a bit of emotion from Ron Jabalee himself. His family also in tears. But as Ron Jr. left the courtroom, he would not speak to reporters.
You're across right now. You must have some comment, sir.
He just wants to go home to his family.
His attorney spoke for him.
My client made innocuous statements at times during the course of the investigation. The bottom line is there's no evidence whatsoever to establish his guilt of any crime.
As for the jury, it only took 1 hour for them to reach a verdict. One of those jurors spoke to us about their decision just minutes after the verdict was read.
Everything went fine. We all made a decision, and we made the right one.
How was the decision made so quickly? What was it? Just because it was only circumstantial evidence?
Right. We only had a few questions, and after the few questions, that was it. We were all agreed.
What were the biggest problems for you in terms of evidence here?
Mostly the murder scene. That was one of my questions. The murder scene was a little bit why things were so neatly put back, and the rest of it was very easy to read.
The prosecution alleged Ron Jabalee killed his parents back in October of 2006 after a feud over money and a drug addiction. Their bodies discovered in a gruesome crime scene in their garage of their New Baltimore home. Ron said several times he might have done it during a sleepwalking episode, but the jury didn't think that was enough to find him guilty.
What about the fact that he said several times that he may have done it? Did that weigh in at all at your decision?
No. People say a lot of things when they're stressed and when they don't know why.
And the prosecution did not want to go on camera after the verdict was read. Stephen Kaplan, who was the assistant prosecutor trying this case, did say that he was disappointed, but that he respected the jury's verdict, but also said that he thought that there was sufficient evidence to send Ron Jabalee Jr. to prison for the rest of his life. And he said that the grand jury that sent this to trial mostly agree that there was enough evidence to convict him. So certainly a disappointing day for Stephen Kaplan and the prosecution here in Macomb County. Reporting live in Mount Clemens, I'm Tom Wade, Channel 7 Action News.
All right, thanks a lot, Tom.